think the economy is tanking. You've seen the headlines, economy crash imminent. Social media is lit with panic and predictions. But take a breath. Is this really the end? Or just another bumpy ride on the road to recovery? Let's cut through the chaos and the clickbait. Part 1. The global picture? The truth? Global growth is still alive. The IMF says the world economy grew about 3.2% in 2024. And it's expected to do the same in 2025. Inflation? It once roared past 10%. But it's easing forecast to hit 4.5% by next year. So no, we're not free-falling. We're just moving slower. Part 2. What's really going on? So why all the anxiety? Big culprits: high interest rates, trade wars, rising debt, and shaky markets. In 2022 to 23, prices exploded. Central banks hit the brakes hard. Interest rates jumped. Loans got pricier. Mortgages, brutal. That cooled inflation, but also growth. Now, banks are pausing or cutting rates to avoid choking the economy. Part 3. The trade war factor. Meanwhile, the U.S. and China are in a tariff tug-of-war. The IMF says tariffs are at 100-year highs. Think of it like this. It's a tax on business companies pay more for parts and pass those costs on to you. Result? Demand shrinks. Prices stay sticky. The IMF just lowered its 2025 global forecast to 2.8% because of it. Morgan Stanley says if tariffs rise more, recession is likely globally. Part 4. Investors on edge. Wall Street's feeling the tremors too. The S&P 500 dropped 8% in early 2025 after tariff announcements. Investors ran for cover buying gold and bonds instead. Some analysts slashed stock targets and told clients, hold cash. Stay cautious. Part 5. Oil and commodities. Even oil couldn't dodge the drama. With growth fears rising, prices plunged. In April 2025, oil hit its lowest since 2021. Cheaper gas? Nice. But for oil exporting countries, not so much. And remember, one Middle East flare-up or OPEC cut, and prices could shoot right back up. Part 6. The political storm. When the economy shakes, politics quakes. Wallet pain equals voter rage. A recent Ipsos poll says 57% of people think their country is in decline. That kind of despair sparks protests or populism. IMF research shows big unrest cuts GDP by approximately 1% after slumps. And in fragile democracies, markets dive even deeper. Part 7. So, are we doomed? The verdict? It's a slowdown, not a meltdown. Risks are real, especially if the trade war gets worse. But a full-blown crash? Not yet. The IMF chief calls this a new era, but says the system's holding. It would take something much bigger to break things. PRT8, what now? So what happens next? Will governments pump out stimulus or pull back? Will you cut spending or keep shopping? Will businesses hire or freeze? One thing's clear. This story isn't over. And in the world of economics, tomorrow's headlines could change everything.